It was like Cliff wasn't there, and it was tough. And the way that we coped with that was to take that out on Jason.
They hazed the hell out of that guy.
Jason's birthday today.
Let's kill him.
We would always go drinking, all of us, without him, and then we would, of course, charge the whole evening's festivities to his room.
We love you, Jason.
Honest. We would tell him things like, you know that mini bar in your hotel room? It's all free, Jason, so let's drink it.
And I didn't know that it cost money. Dude, they're in your room, you know?
We weren't very nice at all.
Hey, let's go!
No matter if this band goes for 20 more years, you know, I'm always going to be the new guy no matter what. With the release of Injustice for All in '89, Metallica finally made a decision to make a video.
Here's Metallica with their first video ever. This is called One.
At that time, videos on MTV were all just kind of cheesy and corny. Now that the war is through with me. We were more into portraying ourselves in a different light.
Television had the power to show the people what Metallica looked like and sounded like and make it almost a household name.
When the One video came out, it exposed millions of new people to Metallica.
They were on the brink of, if you haven't heard of us, guess what? You will.
Me and James wrote what became the Black Album in probably about 3 months or so over the summer of 1990.
It was a constant battle between Lars and I.
You want to hear it with vocals? Go sing it.
One verse and one chorus, all I had.
You know, we'd be fighting over ridiculous things that didn't matter. We'll fight for hours over it.
The vocal line goes exactly with the guitar.
But the conflict and the static created this electricity that we were hitting a new peak in everything.
When that album started taking shape, it was just like one great song after another.
From a production and songwriting point of view, it was a departure from all the albums they had done. Songs that were a bit different, a bit more melodic, a little more personal.
It was an amazing record, and it kind of had the feeling of keeping their old fans happy, but also kind of crossing the boundaries into new stuff.
Black Album was released in August of 1991.
The metal world was lined up in the streets in the middle of the morning, waiting for a record store to open.
The Black Album came out, debuted #1, and it was just a combination of, you know, an amazing album, the right time. The planets just all aligned themselves properly.
You guys expecting your album to do what it did? Or were you blown away?
No, actually I was expecting it to do a lot better.
Every month I'd get a phone call, yeah, we just passed the 4 million mark, you know, a month later the 5 million mark, a month later the 6 million mark, and the record just kept going and going.
After like the third or fourth single, I just thought, when's it gonna stop? But it never really stopped. It was craziness.
That was really the time where you thought, okay, this band is the biggest band in the world, because everywhere you went, you heard Metallica.
We were just totally saturating airwaves.
40-minute music marathon, enter Sandman from Metallica.
If it wasn't the airwaves, it was, you know, the TV waves. Metallica rule! If it wasn't the TV waves, it was like the media. We were on front covers of magazines, and it was just everywhere.
You had people in Russia. You had people in China. There's people on satellites jamming to Metallica.
I remember one time, dude sends a video. It comes on the screen, and you're inside the cockpit of a spacecraft. You see these dudes come floating into the picture, right? And you hear music come on, and it's Metallica. And he takes his hands, and his hands come up, and he's got Justice in one hand, and he's got the Black Album, and he goes...
I love them. They're my favorite band.
we started noticing that there would be many more females showing up at the gigs.
A lot of chicks. Looks like 50-50. That's the sign of making it.
We got to a point where we would tell our tour manager, when we go off stage, we want you guys to have the showers running and girls in there ready and willing to bathe us.
They became known as tub tarts.
The guys on the crew would go out and ask young, willing females if they were, you know, willing.
The opening line would be, would you mind getting your hair wet?
We'd get off stage, hop in the shower, and voila. There would be, like, you know, a girl in there, sometimes 2, sometimes 14.
Whoever was in the shower last would get the not-so-good-looking ones, you know.
I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't pretty fun.
Might sound stupid, but how many in here don't have the new album?
The Black Album was giant, and we went everywhere and anywhere.
We were on the road for 2 years, and I think did somewhere in the vicinity of about 250 shows.
The band set out to play every market that they possibly could, and that was worldwide.
Moscow, we're having some fun today!
You know, we'd finish a leg on the tour, and I remember our manager would come out, hey guys, guess what? We gotta go back to Japan. The Wherever I May Roam single has gone through the sushi house roof or something, you know. We gotta go back there.
When a record's got those kind of legs on it, you gotta go out there and just try and hold on.
We were out on tour one evening in August '92 in Montreal.
We go out there and play our set. Everything's fine, you know, the audience is grooving.
During the song Fade to Black, I moved for some reason. I was right over a canister that would shoot up a 12-foot chemical flame. And it's like, all the strings melted off the guitar instantly. I mean, it was the most horrific pain.
I was like, holy, I can't believe it. I can't believe this is happening.
Half my hair was gone, half my mustache and beard was gone, half my skin on my arm was gone.
I could visibly see the skin rising off the back of his hand.
Once we got to the emergency room, James was already talking about how we could continue the tour.
The Metallica attitude is, okay, that happened, but that's not going to stop me from doing this.
James would not be able to play guitar for quite a while, but he could continue singing.
So we got another guitar player, and we were up and running again within, like, you know, 2.5 weeks.
Bang, they came right back.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know, some other band.
It was far from easy, but we were determined to kick people's ass, and we did.
We knew that that ride was only going to come by once, so we grabbed it and definitely had fun with it.
You get one chance for a phenomenon, and that was our phenomenon.
A continuación, Metallica se cae a pedazos.
He left the band! He left the band!